guys, welcome back. I know it's been a while. I am so sorry. Yeah, a lot has been happening as far as Kazi and not being able to, shoot some content, but I apologize for that. But also, I'd like to thank you very much for subscribing. You guys have still been subscribing. Right now, we are just a little over 300 subscribers, and the love I have for you guys, I can't even begin to explain. And I'm so grateful. And if you're watching and bado huja subscribe, kindly do. It really goes a long way in motivating me to do these videos. So today I decided to just jump in here real quick and do what can I call it? It's like a hotel kind of review. So I have been in Naivasha for a few days. We came here na kazi, so we had to look for our own accommodation. So I wanted somewhere that I would be comfortable and somewhere that probably would be a bit central to where we are going for the conference. So I got this really nice hotel called Symphony. I don't know if you've been to Naivasha, you may have probably come across it. It's literally right opposite Buffalo Mall. So if you've never been to Naivasha and you just say Buffalo Mall, you will be directed here easily. So that's where I've been staying at, and I figured while I'm here I might as well give you guys a short maybe review and maybe some of the things that I was keen to look at when searching for a place to stay at, basically. So when coming from Nairobi, you can get if you're driving, the barabara, like you're going to Nakuru. So once you get to Naivasha town, you can basically just Google on your phone Symphony Hotel or Buffalo Mall. And if you are getting a matatu from Nairobi, you can get a matatu at Nyamakema. Fare is basically between 250 to 350 shillings. So once you'll be dropped in town. Then from town you can get like a boda, or you can get a taxi, which for a taxi it's basically between 150 and 300. It shouldn't go above that. As for the boda pia, it's around from 50 shillings to 150. So pia, don't be conned. The streets are harsh out here. So from Nairobi, it's a 2-hour drive to Naivasha. Say in case you don't get traffic, but even if there's traffic, probably like 2 hours 15 minutes. And then if you're driving from Nakuru, it's an hour's drive. So if you're coming from Nakuru, the similar directions apply once you get to Naivasha town. So I'd like to maybe very briefly let you guys know what I consider while looking for accommodation. It basically applies even in the other places that I've been staying at in the previous trips, and it's also probably one of the things that I loved about this hotel. This is a bed and breakfast hotel, so they do not serve any other meals. However, you can request from the chef, and that you need to do in the morning if you want them to prepare dinner for you, which will be at an added cost. But basically, it's a bed and breakfast. They have no issue with you coming with your own food. Maybe you want to eat in your room, or you want to eat probably in the dining area. They have no problem with that. One of the things that I usually consider what kind of ambience it has, because if you are going away from home, you don't also want to go to a place that you feel congested, you feel like you're not relaxed. It's like you're just back home. It's just that you're not in your bed. I don't know if you're getting me. So one of the things I really loved about this place is that the ambience is very nice, especially in the dining area. So outside, it's like, it's one big block right next to the road, but when you come inside, now you feel relaxed, you feel, I don't know, some type of way. So as you can see from like the dining area, they have really tried to make it look a bit, do I say chic? I don't know if chic is the right word, or maybe a bit classy. So yeah, it's not the usual boring kind of dining space where you have like these tables, and then they have covers on top, and then they have these funny chairs. Yeah, so they've really tried to play around with some neutral colors and some, I don't know, some yeah. For a simple, well, I wouldn't say it's like a 5-star hotel, of course, but they have really tried to spice things up. The different experience. It's not something you would expect from just like a local hotel. Yeah. Another thing I consider is cleanliness. I mean, I cannot emphasize on how important that is, considering the fact that before me there are people who have slept here, and after me there's also going to be people sleeping after me, and you know, everyone does their business in their room. So I wouldn't want to come here and find something that's telling me that this room has not been cleaned or the sheets have not been changed. I've had a bad experience with the Diani trip. When we first got there, it was okay. It was somehow an old house, but not too old, and we got it through our website on Instagram actually. Yeah, so one of our friends, as they spotted it, they were doing like a sponsored video telling us that if you go there if you pay for 3 nights, you'll get 1 night extra for free. And the pictures that have been posted there, they make it look so nice, so clean, so fancy. So we actually believed that we were getting it at a steal. So when we got there, we figured out why it was so cheap. So to start with, when we got in, there was like a pool. In the photos, it's very nice, clean and blue, but when we got there, the water was green. I'm not even lying. Manze, it looked like a fish pond, a dirty fish pond. So that was the first red flag. And then now we got in, we went to our rooms. So to our rooms, there's the one that was staying with us, sharing with a friend. It was a double room. I got my bed, she had her bed, and then now it's like a master and suite. So there's a bathroom inside. The bathroom, it was stained, and I don't know, for some reason they didn't see a need to like maybe bleach it or even use Harpic. I mean, you know. So first, that was like another thing that really irked me. So the toilet bowl was stained, and then even the thing for flushing, I don't even remember quite well if it had that knob or we had to like ingiza. It was just nasty. And then coming out now to my bed, when I was now trying to like move my things around, I noticed that on the bed sheets there were some stains, and the kind of stains I'm talking about is like, you see how other people, not me, how you sleep and then you probably like drool on your pillow, and then there's that mark that is left. So it was similar marks like those, and then it was not only on the pillow, it was on the bed sheets, it was on the bed cover. So, and then I think I also got a strand of hair. So I was so irritated. I couldn't believe that I was sleeping there, but now I had no option because we had already paid for the entire night, so we had to sleep there. But now, lucky thing for me, every time I travel, I have to travel with like an extra sheet or like a Masai shuka or something like that. So that is what I slept on. That is one of the things that actually made me feel that regardless, actually these days, if I book somewhere, I don't book the entire stay. I first book like the first 2 nights, so that in case it's not up to my standard, not really my standard, to to the expected standard, especially in the hotel industry. If it's not clean, I am out, by the way. Yeah, so I loved this place because it's clean. One thing, especially with the bed, as you can see, the sheets are white. If you see somewhere wamekutandikia colored sheets, shuku hiyo kitu. White sheets make you, as in, they can't even hide. If it's dirty, it's dirty. So I love the fact that the sheets are clean, the toilet, the sink, the bathroom is clean, the floors are clean. Yeah, so that was another tick as far as I'm concerned. The fact that at least I'm sleeping alone in this room. The rooms, as you can see, they're not too big. They are decent size, of which is actually more than enough for me. So that's another thing that I loved about it. It is enough space. It's not cramped. They've not tried to put so many things all over the place that you keep on knocking them over. So yeah, they've tried to just leave it nice and spacious and just enough space for you to move around. I also love just how minimalist it is, and yeah, they've tried to make it look classy, chic. It's not boring. Somewhere when you come, you'd actually feel proud or nice to be going into your bed. And also another thing, their mattress is very comfortable. Hey man, it was a struggle getting up today morning. But we had to, yeah. Another thing to consider is location. You absolutely need a place that is near the activities that you have planned for your trip. So it's very important to go somewhere that it's near, maybe not too near, but where it's just around or within the premises of where you're doing your activities, because you don't again want to start spending money on transport or on fuel, because now where you're going to is like an hour's drive. Yeah, so the thing about this hotel that I loved, again, it's 15 minutes from Lake Naivasha Resort, where it's where we are having our meetings and our conference. Yeah, so 15 minutes is not a long time. And then again, from town to this place, it's barely 5 minutes. Then there is Buffalo Mall, so when you want maybe some snacks, or you want to get something, there's a supermarket there. You can get into town easily. Yeah, so it's very, very strategic, and it's right next to the road again. So it's not that probably if you're coming by public means, you'll be maybe put somewhere on the road and then now you have to walk in another distance. Yeah, so it's just right next to the road. So that was another thing that I absolutely loved about this place. Another thing that I consider that also ties to location is security. So as I was mentioning, this one is right next to the road. You don't want to have somewhere that you have to walk or you have to go in another couple of kilometers and it's a town that you've never been to, so you also don't know how the security of the area is. And also security applies in terms of the hotel itself inside. Is it a place that you feel comfortable enough to leave your things? For example, like this one, they don't have like a safe, but I feel secure to leave my things here because I know I can follow up in case anything goes missing. But for the very valuable things, those ones I would advise you to carry them with you. There's no point of risking maybe your laptop, or I don't know what other valuables, or I don't know, your perfumes, your designer perfumes, or whatever it is you carry with you. So if you find that maybe the place does not have like a safe, you just carry them with you. But in terms of like leaving your clothes, leaving your shoes, so far nothing has gone missing. So yeah, affordability. So one thing that I have learned while maybe going around on the few trips that I've gone to, you don't want to spend too much on accommodation, but also that depends on what kind of maybe holiday you're going on for. So if you're going maybe for a holiday where you just want to relax and that you feel that you won't be moving around a lot and you probably spend most of your time in the hotel, fine. That then you can invest in a good hotel, probably a good hotel that has a swimming pool, or maybe even they offer a few activities. That's fine. But then if you feel that if you once you travel there, that you're not going to spend as much time in your room, there's really no need of spending too much money on accommodation. The more money you spend on accommodation, the less money probably you'll have on spending on other activities. But again, kama umejipanga, it's okay. There's no problem in wanting to sleep in a chic, classy, expensive hotel. Yeah, but also that means your budget goes up a bit more. Yes, so it's good to consider what your holiday is about. If you're like me, when I go somewhere, I can't stay still. I'm always thinking, what am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do the next day? And I just can't spend time in my hotel when I go somewhere. And I think I probably it's something that I'll work on when I get older. But right now, I think I have too much energy. So yeah, you need to weigh your options and see where do you need more money. For me, I need more money on activities, so I'll try to cut a little bit on accommodation. So that said, this hotel, for example, this hotel they're all standard rooms. However, there are also double rooms. So for all standard rooms, they start at 3,000 a night. And I know for some it might sound a bit expensive, but being in Naivasha, it's actually quite affordable for what you're getting. And this is why you find that there's a lot of resorts or big hotels that have been built because of now the tourists that are coming in this area. So it's either you find that if you're looking for a place, it's either in the standard of the resorts, which again is very expensive. It's like, say, probably from 4,500 going all the way to around 20 to 30,000 a night. And probably, for example, like in the 4,500, it's not even full board. It's like probably bed and breakfast or just bed alone. And then the other side, again, it's hotels that are in the motel kind of standard, where you have, those two hotels that have those colored bed sheets and others that have flowers and like a creaking bed. Yeah, so hapa katikati there are not so many hotels, and that's why I loved this one, because this one is right in the middle. It's very important to look out for reviews. So like for this place, it's not in any of the apps for booking that I got it from, but a friend recommended it to me, and she told me that this place is nice, I've been here and I loved the experience. So I booked on her recommendation, but I also booked 2 nights, and then I saw that it was nice, then I extended my stay. Yeah, so reviews are very important. Reviews actually tell you whether the place is good or it's not, whether it's up to the standard that is in the pictures, because these places, they normally put these pictures on their website or online when the hotel is new. So there's no dirt, there's nothing that has been broken yet. So when you look at those pictures, you see, wow, this place is nice, only to get there and find that those pictures were taken like 3 years ago and maintenance has been poor. So yeah, reviews are something that you absolutely need to look out for. If you have booked a place and probably there's not so many reviews, or maybe there's none, be careful. You just don't book the entire stay, is what I'm saying. Book a few nights, go see how it is. If it's good, extend your stay. So last but not least, since it's a review anyway, not everything is perfect. So there's one thing that I didn't like as much with the hotel, and that is as far as customer service is concerned. Well, it doesn't apply to all staff, maybe just a few, but along the way, I think they're still trying to find their routing, because I think it's like a new hotel or something. So the first night we got here quite late. We got here, I think, at around 8:30. So it was me and my colleague. So for me, at least, I had confirmed my booking of that day. And also my colleague had confirmed, but I think the person who booked his room got the dates wrong. So they had booked him, say we got here on was it on Thursday? Yeah, we got here on Thursday evening, but they had booked him for Wednesday. So again, now the problem was when you got here on Thursday, all rooms had been booked. I think there was a number of conferences happening around Naivasha. So this hotel had already been booked to capacity. So since they had booked him for Wednesday, he didn't have a room for Thursday. So they started asking me, are you sure you are not supposed to come yesterday? No, we had booked you yesterday. Are you sure that you're supposed to come today? And then I was like, It's those questions that are like, if it were me, this conversation will not be going the way you're taking it. Yeah, so lucky for the guy, this hotel has a sister hotel, so they took him to that hotel because that was an error on their side. So that I applaud them for, by the way. The next morning, I called the reception and asked them, what time is breakfast served? They tell me breakfast is served at 8. So I'm like, oh, cool, okay, thank you. And then the person on the phone goes like, is your room a double? And I'm like, no, it's not a double. It's just one bed, Ama. And then she's like, no, I'm asking if it's a double, as far as like, are you supposed to sleep one person or two people? I'm like, see, it's one bed, so it's obviously one person. So I just started getting irritated because it's morning, I've not had breakfast, and one thing, I am not a morning person. So me at asubuhi is takangi story. Then this one is just asking me questions that I'm not getting. I was like, no, the reason I'm asking, it's because my colleague told me that you came in with a guest and they haven't seen the guest leave yet. So I'm like, Wakusikia vizuri? Like, ati, sorry, what are you saying? So I'm like, okay, so the only guest I came with yesterday was my colleague, who you actually missed his booking and you had to transfer him to your hotel. So any other guest you're talking about, I have no idea. And then I'm also like, why are you asking me these questions? You have CCTV. If I came with someone and they didn't leave, see, you just check your CCTV and my room is literally next to it. That really irritated me. So I went for breakfast. Then going for breakfast, I meet with another lady, and then she's like, have you ever slept here before? I'm like, no, this is my first time. But anyway, it's nice. I didn't mind it. Then she's like, me, I'm not sure about it. Me, I don't think I'm coming back here again. So I'm like, what happened? She's like, customer service. The customer service is so wrong. I mean, how do you just get out of your room and the first thing the person asks is pesa. Iko wapi pesa? Umelipa wapi? So I don't know if so at first I was like, it sounds like she's exaggerating, but I just didn't get, I don't know, put much into it. So she's like, anyway, after me, I've had an experience in the morning. I'm being told I slept over with a colleague. And I had a guest. And then she's like, for me, customer service is very important. You know, even if you have such a beautiful place, you can't have such a beautiful place and then have people just speaking how they want. They're not even asking people at how they slept, if their night was good. The first thing is pesa. I was like, pole manze, pole. So kumbe hata mimi when I was done with breakfast, now I'm headed now out to go to the conference. The lady tells me, ati umelipa? And I'm like, see, I've already paid deposit for 2 nights. And then see, usually in most hotels, you clear your balance while checking out. So here they require you to clear the entire balance before you sleep. So I didn't know that. Me, I just chomoa my money, I give her now for the second night. And she's like, na kesho. I'm like, I'm not sure about tomorrow. Right now, I am sure that I'm going to sleep here the next day, but I don't know. I was just getting irritated. Remembering the morning conversation, I was just getting irritated. So I was like, I'm not sure if I'm sleeping here tomorrow. She's like, no, you are sure, because you had said that you are sleeping here, and then now the 4th day is the one that you're not sure whether you're going to sleep. And I'm like, oh my god, you're really testing me. You're really testing me. So I'm like, no, I'm not sure about tomorrow. but I'll confirm when I come back whether I will sleep or not. Is that okay? Then she's like, okay, it's fine, it's okay. I'm like, okay, sawa, thanks. So my colleague came to pick me so that we can go together to Lake Naivasha. So when he was there, I was like, oh, by the way, this is the guest you were saying that I had last night, Amma. And then the lady's like, oh yeah, okay, it's okay. I was really being triggered to be petty, but I held it in. Anyway, she apologized, long story short, and the rest of the nights were nice. The rest of the days I didn't have an issue with anyone. Customer service was A1 after that. But that was my experience. So it's a place that I would actually recommend. It's comfortable. So if you ever find yourself in Naivasha and want to have a place that is not too expensive, but also you get to have a somewhat nice experience, you can definitely check them out. So thank you so much for watching this video. I know nimeongea sana, you hata mjanizoea nikiongea hivi, but thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next video soon, God willing. And please subscribe if you haven't, and also kindly share with your friends, encourage them to subscribe. It will cost you nothing. It will just go a long way in motivating me and maybe trying to push this business that I'm trying to push here. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. So have a good time, take care, and God bless.